Hey yo, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Everybody sing, hey yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
What's up, y'all? I'm coming out with another what if today. As you can see, I'm gonna be posting part 5 to what if Naruto was in KonoSuba. Now, after this, I'm gonna post a new what if that I'm going to try to balance, which I'm going to be trying to do like multiple what ifs a day, so it gives me something to do. So yeah, in the comments, I want y'all to try to guess what the what if is, and if you can guess it right, I'll pin you. Yeah. That simple. You get it right, I'll pin you. If you can guess the what if series, or if you get somewhat close to it, I'll pin you. And so yeah, with that being said, let's get on to the what if. After a quick visit to the bathhouse, the town's bathhouse, to wash off some of that disgusting toad mucus, Kazuma and Aqua met up with Naruto at the Adventures Guild. So, let me get this straight. Just like me, you were sent to this world by a goddess to defeat the Demon King. But you're not from Japan. Do you have a blonde hair? You do have blonde hair and blue eyes. Are you from America or something? Kazuma asked as he tried to wrap his head around the situation. Nope, never heard of any of them. Naruto said as he waved his hand, sending occasional glances at Aqua, who was fiddling with a straw, paying zero attention to the conversation. Clear my throat real quick. Kazuma hummed and calmly rubbed his chin and thought. He wasn't the type to overreact to something like this, but especially when entities such as gods and goddesses were involved. Naruto said he didn't know what Japan was, so he was expecting the guy to be from a different country, but Kazuma didn't imagine Naruto being from a completely different world than his own altogether. But the possibility of the gods and goddesses recruiting people from worlds other than Kazuma's home wasn't entirely out of the question. I had to burp real quick. Where you from then? Oh, the elemental nations, Naruto said absent-mindedly while watching Aqua work on the straw, and Kazuma clearly saw this. Aqua, pay attention, stop distracting Naruto. This has to do with you too. I don't wanna. No, I'm not finished yet. Well, Aqua wailed when Kazuma snatched the straw out of her hands, and she started crying about it, and after a bit of fighting, Aqua somehow managed to get the straw back. So I take it you're from this Japanese stuff, Kazuma. Kazuma rubbed his head, which sent the priest who was sitting next to him in a knowing expression, then looked back at Naruto and nodded. Yeah, but are there really other worlds out there besides your own home? In this world? Like, is this really a video game? Aqua stiffened to laugh. As expected, Kazuma, who previous life was merely that of a NEET, comparing real life to a video game, is, hey, wait, no, I'm sorry, stop it, it's gonna break, stop. Kazuma let go of the strange-looking straw before crossing his arms. He was getting sidetracked because of this dumb girl. If she didn't want to listen, then so be it. So, what kind of world did you come from? Naruto hummed and thought when Kazuma asked this question about his old home. I guess it's kind of similar to this world, but we don't have a king. And we don't use magic. We ninja use chakra. You're a ninja? Kazuma questioned incredibly as he looked at Naruto's clothes. The guy is wearing a headband with a strange symbol, but these super bright ass clothing, coupled with his blonde hair, and not that, also the golden energy that they saw earlier. Nigga, what about you is stealthy? You was probably the brightest nigga I ever seen in my whole life. Alright, hold up. Alright. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Anyway, with Kazuma and Naruto just arguing with each other, Aqua held something out in front of him across the table. Sorry for the wait, but it's finished. Naruto blinked in confusion, but accepted the strange looking object without much thought. It looked like the straw Aqua had been fiddling with earlier, but the thing in Naruto's hands looked weird, I should say. Didn't really look like a straw. But what is this? Naruto asked. It's a straw, but no ordinary straw. That straw is an ancient artifact that allows the user to grant entertainment while drinking from it. Aqua explained while nodding her head confidently. Hold up. Ugh. Weird cut again. Anyway, that ancient relic. Didn't you say you just finished it? Kazuma thought with a sweat drop. He wanted to retort, but kept quiet since he was curious as to what Aqua had made. She was utterly useful for them most of the time, but she had a strange knack for arts and crafts. Well, what does it do? Naruto asked as he continued to look at the supposed strange straw in his hand. Upon further inspection, it had a shape of a person, which kind of confused Naruto a bit. The straw had only been a couple inches long, which, so how did Aqua manage to make this thing? Eh, who knows? Oh, order us some more drinks and find out. Aqua said with a gleeful look, and finished rest of the drinks Naruto had ordered from her earlier. After Naruto called for the waitress and had her bring up some more drinks, he stuck the straw in his Naruto juice and drank from it. What? What the hell? How is this shit even possible? Aqua, this this is actually genius. Kazuma said and looked at Aqua with a surprised look. Naruto's eyes were widening as well, and he drank from his beverage that and looked at Aqua in awe. How did you make something like this? Aqua, soaked in all the compliments with a smug look of self-satisfaction that only she would do. It's amazing, right? You can praise me more. When Naruto drank from the straw, the Neroi juice gave it a yellow appearance, and what they were able to see was the shape of was more clearer now. The straw seemed to be shaped like Naruto, and when he looked at his golden chakra, due to the yellow nature of the beverage. But something like this should be impossible with a regular straw. Shaking his amazement away, I should say, Naruto put down his drink. Thanks for this, but why? To thank you for the drinks, of course. The artifact is probably worth 100 drinks, so I wouldn't mind if you treated me to a couple. Aqua muttered the last part. Right, Naruto says. He looked at Kazuma, who merely shrugged. Aqua was a lot different than what Naruto imagined her to be. When he first saw her in the cemetery, he thought she was just a powerful goddess purifying a ghost. But she was, and she looked like a nice person with a nice personality. A classic personality for a priest. Boy, was he wrong. Well, this Aqua isn't too bad. She may have a weird personality, but can't really hate her for that. Plus, she seems to get along fine with Kazuma. Naruto thought as he watched Aqua call for a waitress and his smile disappeared. Kazuma watched Naruto's facial expression change from a troubled look to a look of acceptance, but then went back to troubled look again. When Aqua told the waitress to put the bill for the drinks that she had just ordered onto Naruto's tab. I know, what a shitty thing to do. But did he just accept Aqua's personality? No. That wasn't good. As someone who spent their entire week with this girl, Kazuma couldn't let his friend fall under this trap. Aqua the kind of person to take advantage of someone's happiness. Naruto seems like the type of guy to fall for such an easy trap, so as a kind and thoughtful person would do, he couldn't let that girl just take advantage of him. Kazuma thought while staring at the goddess, who was getting drunk off of the booze when in the afternoon with a look of, let's say, disappointment. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Or disdain. She was being treated by a person that saved her. And so Kazuma bowed his head slightly to Naruto apologetically, and Naruto merely tilted his head to the side in confusion. After Aqua got sick from drinking too much and ran outside, Kazuma told Naruto that they would be doing more hunting quests for the guild and they would probably see each other more often before chasing after Aqua. Okay, the reason they didn't see each other at the guild at all was because of the nature of the construction work that Kazuma and Aqua had been doing. So the two would wake up at dawn and finish by sunset. Naruto stood up and was about to turn to his quest from earlier when he stopped by the waitress who smiled at him. And with a smile that almost seemed apologetic as he wondered why the girl was looking that way, and he remembered the bill. Oh, right. Naruto gradually and relentless, just upset, like pulled out his money, like, fuck, I forgot that this chick put all these drinks on my tab. The cost of the alcohol that Aqua ordered was the same as the reward from one single solo hunting rewards, or one of them at least. And that was the last time he was treating a girl to alcohol. You see, Brett? Gods and goddesses are nothing but trouble. You should have just forgot about that woman and go to the next town already. And leave Wiz behind with all that debt? Hell no, ain't gonna happen. Naruto told Kazuma and walked towards the receptionist desk. Oh, hello, Naruto. Thank you for your hard work today, Luna cheerfully said when Naruto stopped in front of her desk. Of course, I can't have you can leave any of the unwanted quests to me, Luna, Naruto said in a voice loud enough for the rest of the guild hall to hear, and he could already feel the heated glares from the other adventurers on his back. Luna's smile became a bit strained when she noticed the tears in Naruto's jacket. Oh, oh my god, you look like you had a rough time all by yourself. Naruto, remember, I suggested that you should have formed a party. Him had her on the ropes. Naruto rubbed the back of his head and laughed wholeheartedly. Oh yeah, it seems like I underestimated those Venus flytraps. One nearly chopped my arm off. And one final pull. Too bad my favorite jacket is ruined. But I guess it's better than losing my arm and potentially my life. And Luna, she's sorry and bowing to him and stuff and making it much more of a deal because you're yelling at someone but then they're kind of like saying I'm sorry back to you and you're just everyone's looking at you like you're the asshole and you're like uh fuck. And so Naruto just says, alright, I'm sorry, Luna, you don't have to apologize anymore. Naruto sighed as he walked down the street towards Wiz's magic shop. Luna had completely turned the situation around in her favor, and Naruto couldn't really do anything about that. The power of woman's tears is frightening, Naruto thought as he was walking up the stairs to the shop. My bad. To the store and was opening the door. Naruto saw Wiz in the back organizing some of the merchandise of her shelves. Wiz didn't seem to notice him, and Naruto didn't want to surprise her while she was handling such dangerous potions. He had leaned against the door frame and waited until she was finished. Naruto grinned as he just watched Wiz work in the shop. The scene in front of him just seemed to fit. This clumsy shop owner may have a very dangerous business tactics, but she enjoys what she's doing. And Naruto don't want to strip that happiness from her. When Wiz was seemingly satisfied with her work, she turned towards the front of the little shop and jumped in surprise. Oh, Naruto. Sorry, I was afraid that you would have dropped a potion if I startled you, so I kept quiet. You should really get a bell for the door, Naruto said as he pulled the table from the corner of the store in the middle of the room. You know, Wiz, she kind of embarrassed and stuff. I'm very stiff right now. Hold up. Fuck. Uh, Might need to hurry with this one. Alright, I'm back. Had to find a charger, which took me a minute. So, anyway. And you know, Wiz, she's pouting about how Naruto didn't say anything. Honestly, you shouldn't tease a girl like that. We might look cute and helpless, but take it too far, and Naruto laughed before she could finish it and just took a seat at the table. Yeah, I believe you. Now then, what can I do to help you? Wiz smiled, remembering the things Naruto said earlier that morning, and tapped her chin in thought. Hmm. Can I ask you to sweep in front of the shop? While you're doing that, I can tell you about some ideas that I came up with. Naruto nodded and looked for a broom, spotting it behind the counter, grabbing it, and started sweeping from the store. While he was cleaning, a nostalgic smile grew on his face. Huh. This kind of brings back memories, you know? When I used to sweep for the Ichiraku Ramen man's place for my favorite food when I didn't have any money. Really? What kind of food was it? Wiz asked as she grabbed a notebook and began jotting ideas. Ramen, of course, Naruto said with a toothful grin. Man, haven't had ramen since I came to this world. Maybe tonight I'll ask the waitresses if they have. Eh? What's ramen? Wiz said as she tilted her head and Naruto face faulted. Supporting himself on the broom, Naruto looked at Grizz with a crooked smile. Uh, I had a burp real quick. Noodles, miso, soup, you know, ramen, the food of the gods. Wiz tilted her head the other direction and hummed. Nope. Even back in my adventure days, when I used to travel all over the country, I've never once heard of such food. At that moment, Naruto's blood ran cold. He had caught up. He'd been caught up in learning about the world he was he was in that he didn't thought of the possibility that this world might not have ramen. Wiz, oblivious to Naruto's twitching, began to flip through her notebooks. Alright, so the first idea I came up with was originally a specially made set of magical items. I know an arc wizard from the Crimson Demon Village who. No! Naruto shouted in frustration. And so, with that, I'm gonna end it right there. Yeah, it's a bit shorter than last time, but hey, I plan on doing a, what I say, double or triple upload. Anyway, stay in store for that. And so, yeah. And like I said, if you can guess what the anime I'm going to be using for my series, or the certain individual who's going to be somewhat in a part of it, or just guess the anime in general, I'll pin you. And so, yeah, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.